You hear that? I'm telling you, man, I'm excited for the spring to come around. The birds are coming back, tweeting. Excited for the warm weather too. Not excited for the pollen, but you know, it comes with it, so you kind of have to deal with it. Anyways, I hope you guys are doing well. Welcome back to another video. It is currently the 23rd of March. It's around 10:40 in the morning. I've got a day off today, so I'm using my free time to my advantage with creation of some content, because why not, you know? But yeah, woke up after getting home from work last night around 11 o'clock, 11:10. Went to sleep, got up, meditated. Then I came out here. Before I really get into what I wanted to talk about today and into the video that I'm creating today, just want to let y'all know Instagram is there. I've had a couple people follow it, just in case they want to talk to me or anything like that. Also got a TikTok going. I don't really like TikTok, but I mean, I don't know if it's getting banned or not yet, but I'm gonna use it to my advantage and put some short videos out on the market for people to eat on eventually. Because I'm getting really back into the mood of just going and creating. So I know it seems like I keep saying that, you know, going and creating, but I can't always just create. I don't really have time for it as much as I used to. Now with a job, it's just like you go to work. I have time before work. I don't really have time after work, because at that point I'm just tired and ready for the day to end, so I can go to next day and rest. But I don't want to rush anything, so I just take my time with it. But yeah, TikTok and Instagram are there. They're in the link tree. I put them in the link tree, but it's at everyone's access, so feel free to check it out. Anyways, I wanted to come on here and talk about the 3 illusions of this physical world. Because when we get in touch with the spiritual, a lot of things just, you know, in our face. We start to become more vigilant, more aware, more in tune, and more discerning with our actions. And in this physical world, there's not a lot that you can really trust. I'm not saying to be paranoid or anything. I'm just saying you really got to be vigilant and aware in this physical reality. I trust the spiritual a lot more than I trust the physical. And the 3 illusions that are mainly in this physical world: people, places, and things. 3. people, places, things. And the reason why I say that is because everything is meant to be experienced in our personal experience as some sort of growth or challenge or difficulty or a mirror. Sometimes we need a mirror to really show ourselves what's going on within ourselves. Maybe trigger us a little bit. Now, when it comes to people, there's a lot of different people out in this world. There's people that have differences. There's people that have similarities. There's people that have success. There's people that have no success. There's so many differences between everybody. Even the smallest ones. Nobody's ever really the same. But we all have the same aspects of humanity within us. Some people have good intentions and some people have bad intentions. So when it comes to people, you really just got to feel the energy out. Some people just cast an illusion. An example would be fake people. And with those illusions, they try to make it seem like there's something that they're not towards you. But in reality, they're just behind your back doing something. Whether it's talking or plotting or, something. They say one thing to you, but they say something about you behind your back. So it's all about feeling out people's energies, feeling out people's auras, feeling out people's motives. It's all about their behaviors and actions towards you as well. It's not just their words, because you can't just go through life trusting on someone's word. Because when you trust on someone's word, it's like trusting on a piece of string to hold when you're walking across the canyon, tight roping. It just doesn't feel good. It's like you're treading on thin ice when it comes to experiencing life with fake people and people that cast illusions upon your view. And an example of people that you shouldn't hang around with are people that are unhealthy, people that are more in their lower vibrational states of being, people that try to take advantage of your weakness when they decide to be in a wickedness sort of energy in this life. You just have to trust yourself and trust your judgment when it comes to people. And I'm talking about everyone. Sometimes it could be family. Sometimes it could be so-called friends. Sometimes it could be loved ones that don't really have your back when they seem like they do. So just be aware and vigilant about that. The next thing that you should be aware of and vigilant of is places. There's a lot of places in this world that you can go to, explore, stay at, whatever you want to do. But some places just aren't meant for you. And to keep it short and sweet with the places that aren't meant for you, they'll feel, what's the word? Not really a word. How about a sentence? Environment that makes you change yourself in a negative way, or it affects your behavior or your emotions or thoughts or feelings, in a way that makes you feel disoriented and chaotic. That's a place that you should not be. A place that makes you feel like you're off your main course. A place that makes you feel like you're stuck. A place that makes you feel like you can't really express yourself to your fullest and most authentic potential is a place that you should not be. And sometimes people can't take themselves out of environments like that. Not right now. We all have our lives, and we all have our situations that we're going through, whether it be financially, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. But if you are aware of the environment that is just doing something to you in a negative way, then you should probably take yourself out of it. And like I said, even if you can't, in divine timing, you will get out of that environment. And you just got to be patient and remain your true, authentic, lightful self, even when that environment may try to bring you down with it. Or when that environment might try to get you to do things that you don't want to. Because a lot of the times, our mind clouds our true vision of what reality is and what potential we have within us. And sometimes it's as simple as the environment that we're in and the people that we surround ourselves that affect our behavior within the mind, because the mind is an entity of its own. It's always going to do stuff that you don't want it to do. We don't have control over the mind. But there are things that you can do to make your mind more sharp, make your mind less lies, less illusions, more truth, more honesty, more light, more love. But that's for you to figure out. One thing that I will say about the mind is when you're meditating and you're being still and you just be, things start to show themselves to you from your intuition that are a lot better for you, because you stop listening to your mind all the time, what your mind wants. Sometimes it's not about what your mind wants. It's about what your body and your soul needs. Because the mind is always going to seek stuff outside of itself to make itself feel better. It's trying to take itself away from that stillness and that beingness that we call meditation, or just living life. Because when you're living life, you are really just meditating. You're aware of your thoughts, you're aware of your emotions, you're aware of your feelings. But where you have some sort of control is what you take action towards, or what you choose to be aware of. And I'm talking about being aware of outside of you and inside of you. Now, the third thing, things. Boy. Let's talk about things. And when I talk about things, I'm talking about anything. It could be money. It could be fame. It could be something in the physical world that's materialistic, or it could be something that's in your internal world that's more of a figurative sort of thing. There's a lot of things that create this illusionary life for us, and rather than helping us, they make things more chaotic, more difficult, and more just out of place for you. And we all have our challenges, we all have our difficulties, we all have our own situations that we're in. But it's up to you to figure out what things are taking from you and causing negative behaviors, negative thoughts, stuff like that. But also what stuff is affecting you in a negative way. It took me a long time to realize what was affecting me in a negative way. Not because I wasn't aware of it, just because I was allowing my mind to take control of the situation and really attach to things that we don't need in life. And once you start to detach from everything, I'm talking about people, talking about places, talking about things, you start to realize how free you are and always have been in this reality. You know, you are the creator of your reality. And once you take yourself away from things, people, and places that no longer serve your highest good, that's when you start to see the light at the end of the tunnel. Sometimes we just bombard our life and make it chaotic on purpose because we don't want that space of that stillness and beingness to be there because it's uncomfortable. But if you're living life in your comfort zone, then are you really truly living life? Because we all have potential within us. We all do. Doesn't matter if you don't see it now, I see it within you. And when we choose to make our lives more complicated and, just chaotic, it's because we're trying to get away from something that makes us feel uncomfortable. And that's not really a way to really live life, because when we're not uncomfortable, we're not making progress, we're not growing, we're not evolving. And that's a part of the human experience, is to grow and evolve and be uncomfortable, because nothing is ever perfect and nothing is ever going to be the way we want it unless we make it that way. But in order to make it that way, you got to be uncomfortable. You got to challenge yourself. Life, it's not hard. It's not. But it's not easy at the same time. But it all just depends on how we view life and our perception on our life, internally and externally, that creates our reality. So it's up to you. And I'm sorry for the groggly voice and the voice cracks. I'm still getting through whatever sickness I got. But yeah, it's all up to you. You got to be vigilant. You got to be aware. And you got to trust yourself, most importantly. Anyways, that's going to be the end of the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I plan on making an ASMR video probably today, near the end of the day, when I'm free. But I love you. Stay present. Stay safe. Peace.